Anderson into right center field, hit a ton. This baby is way back. Out of here.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. This is Eric, and unfortunately, the Giants blew it last night in a terrible way, and if you were here for the post-game show, you know that I was pretty messed up after seeing that. I'm sure most Giants fans were. Not the end of the world. I mean, it's a regular season game in a 60-game season where, you know, the Giants just come off a tough road trip, and we're just hoping to hang in there this year, have some kind of shot maybe at hanging in there and trying to slip into that expanded playoff for a 60-game season. And if we don't, it's not the end of the world. Most of our best talent flies. Most of our best talent is obviously not at the big league level yet. So we are going to be really good really soon, I believe, but this year might not be the time. Nevertheless, I don't care how tough of a season you're having. I don't care what your odds of making the playoffs are. I don't care if you're in last place with a week to go in the season. A game like that is incredibly frustrating when you are up 7-2 going into the ninth. You already got an out in the ninth. It's a wrap. Everything's over. I'm getting ready for the post game. I'm making my thumbnail. I'm getting things set up. And how in the world a game like that gets blown? It is absolutely incredible. It takes a combination of poor pitching, a combination of poor defense, and just a combination of the opposite team also coming through big in the clutch, which they did. And also they needed to have that shutdown closer who they had and we didn't have, because when they brought in Hendricks, we could not touch the ball, and everything just happened right then, and the A's were able to get that win. And I said congratulations to A's fans. That had to be a really thrilling moment. It was obviously terrible for myself and Giants fans, and incredibly frustrating. But the A's won that game, and we'll go at it again tonight, and hopefully the results will be better for the Giants tonight. We can bounce back from that just terrible loss. But the A's president decided to tweet a little something out and said, hey, San Francisco Giants fans, the Athletics will be sending a bandwagon down Market Street tomorrow at high noon. Feel free to jump on. Hashtag Bay Bridge Series.
What did you say?
Now, bandwagon fans are not too hard to get. If you're a team that gets hot, wins a bunch of games, gets into the playoffs, makes a bunch of noise, starts getting on ESPN all the time, then you're going to have bandwagon fans. You're not going to get bandwagon fans because you won a game in, well, it's August this year, but typically this would be about April. You know, April or May. This is kind of like an April-May game. We're early in the season. You're not going to get a bunch of bandwagon fans because you had a great come-from-behind win. I mean, sorry, that's not how that works. Go win some World Series championships, and then maybe you'll get some bandwagon fans. You definitely will. Like think about back in the late 80s. You know how many A's fans there were back in 89? I was a diehard Giants fan even then, my whole life, basically. But back in 1989, all my friends and family were A's fans. It was all about the A's. Those same people were become Giants fans in 2010, 2012, 2014. Huge Giants fans.
Bandwagon fans are out there.
But you're not going to get any for a freaking little win early in the season. Congratulations on your win, Dave. But guess what? You're not going to get any Giants fans going to jump over to be A's fans after last night's game. That was just a regular season game. It was a really cool come-from-behind win. A's got a great team right now. Love the A's roster, no doubt about it. Dave Kaval, always talking stuff, always talking crap. Is always on Twitter. Doesn't bother me. I mean, this is not that bad or anything. I'm not too mad about it. I know a lot of people are. But let's just jump through the comments. I think it's just ridiculous to talk like this against the Giants, a team that's won 3 World Series in the last decade, versus the A's. Haven't won one since 89, got swept by the Reds in 90, and the A's just have, they've done a lot of big things and done a lot of nice things ever since Billy Beane took over as the GM, and I don't think he's GM anymore, but the A's have done some nice things and had some nice playoff runs, but guess what? No ring, man. No ring. Where's your ring? Your last ring was Canseco McGuire. You're still living on Canseco McGuire. Let's go A's. Okay, I would love to see them win. I would love to see them win a world title if it's not going to be the Giants. But it's been since 89, so I don't think you're in a position to talk too much crap on the Giants, to be quite honest. And Stacy lets it be known, grow up Dave. Worry about building a new stadium and keeping the A's in Oakland, John says. Yeah, how about y'all's stadium? At least we built a new stadium. We realized as much as we love Candlestick Park, it was time to build a new stadium if we were going to keep this team in San Francisco. We did just that. We have one of the most beautiful and most beloved stadiums in all of baseball. You guys are still playing at the Coliseum. All due respect to the Coliseum, with your backed up sewage and everything, you need a new stadium. Talking shit when you've won one playoff series in the last 30 years. Thomas B says it even better than I did. That is on the nose. Talking shit when you've won one playoff series in the last 30 years. And he's laughing. And this guy, and it took you how many years to try to catch up? And then a 6-year slump. Ooh, a 6-year slump. Oh, God, we've been in a 6-year slump. That just makes no sense. When's the last time the A's won a playoff series? 2006? I don't know what he's talking about. And here's a great one from me, SF Bay Area. Dave, I've been a Giants fan, A's fan for 42 years. Giants first, A's second, win head-to-head. Otherwise, pulling for both. That's nice, man. That's awesome. Cut the petty Bush League Twitter taunts. Win a wild card game, win a playoff series, win a World Series, have a parade, build a stadium, then pop off. Absolutely. Even then, it's a little unprofessional. But guess what? You're in no position to pop off right now. That's just the fact. And the same goes for the Dodgers. I mean, you guys can talk a little bit of crap right now that you have a better roster. You have every right to say that and to say, hey, look what we got. Look what you got. You got every right to say, hey, we won yesterday down 7-2. We had a great come from behind win. That was fantastic. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, because that happened. But, you know, when you talk about trying to get fans to jump on your bandwagon, leaving the Giants behind, you got to prove it first. Prove that you're worthy. Just kind of funny, you know, I think most Giants fans just laugh at this because we know that even though right now the A's are the better team as far as a roster goes, the Giants have a lot of great talent coming up, and I think that the Giants are going to be back in that World Series very, very soon, maybe even before the A's. So I'm not going to predict anything bad for the A's. I think they're really good. They got a chance to get to the world. They got a chance to win it all this year. They really do. They have a really good team. But until it happens,
You might just want to shut the up.
in other Giants news, the San Francisco Giants will return player names to home jerseys in 2021. The Giants, in kind of a throwback fashion, have not had their names on the back of the jerseys for a while, since I believe the 90s at least. Since 1999, ever since they moved to Pac Bell, most famously called AT&T. They have not had the names on the back of the jerseys, but they're going to be bringing those back. How do I feel about it? Well, for one, it's not like it's never happened before. You know, I grew up in the 80s, 90s, and they had their names on the back of their jerseys, and I thought it was a cool throwback. I liked it that they decided not to, you know, with the retro ballpark and everything. They wanted to have a little throwback. I thought it was a good idea, but obviously they're deciding, especially now with all the turnover and everything, I guess they're saying that better to have the names on the jerseys, and I don't really care. It's fine. I mean, with everything that's happened, how can I be mad about that? I'm mad about so many things right now. If I got mad about everything, I would just have to say screw this. I mean, we're talking about people have said, hey man, Giants just don't have their names on the back of the jerseys at home. That's how we do it here. I understand that, but there's a lot of things that how we do it that we're not doing no more, such as not having DH. We don't have DH. Yes, we do. We don't start a runner at second in extra innings. Yes, we do. We don't have a limit on how many hitters a relief pitcher has to face. Yes, we do. We don't wear Nike swooshes on the front of our jerseys. Yes, we do. We don't blow 7-2 leads in the 9th inning. Yes, we do. And lastly, just wanted to touch on the Cincinnati Reds. Games are going to be postponed this weekend after one player contracts the virus. Pretty bad news considering that the Cardinals are just about to get going again today, and the Marlins have been gotten going again. So everything is almost kind of back to, I wouldn't say normal, but at least we're getting baseball back again, and all teams were going to be playing. But now the Reds are postponed. So hopefully it's just one player, didn't get passed on, and hopefully it's just a short delay and they're able to make that up easily and everything's fine. I don't want to overreact to this. We'll just wait and see what comes of it. But as of now, the Reds weekend games have been postponed, and we'll just have to take it from here and see what happens. So hopefully everything is fine there, and that's all we can hope for. If it starts ballooning and we fear that 2 more got it, 5 more got it, 7 more got it, it's going to be another big thing. But we survived the Marlins, we survived the Cardinals, and we're still playing Major League Baseball, so maybe we can survive this. So we'll see what happens with the Cincinnati Reds. Keep an eye on it. That was my big pick this year. A crazy pick, but you know, I had a feeling that this year it was going to be a surprise team, as it usually is in baseball. Last year with the Nationals, who was picking the Nationals? So you never know in baseball. That's what I love about this game. So thank you guys so much for joining me today for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know your thoughts below on the A's and the comments from their president and what he had to say about the Bandwagon fans. What do you think about the Giants not having names on the back of the jerseys anymore? And what do you think about the Reds? And is this going to be a big deal or is this going to be a small deal? Let me know in the comments down below. And please hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to Humm Baby Baseball. Appreciate everyone's support jumping in the pre and post games. You guys have been extremely supportive and are allowing me more time to work on these videos and work on these live streams and keep talking baseball right here on the Humm Baby Baseball channel. You guys have a great one. We're going to talk to you really, really soon. See ya!
When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.